Hey guys, Ardish is here, and this is the TechBug channel. So in this video, I'm talking about Belgium Startup Visa, and I researched to know if there is any particular visa regarding a startup or even something similar. So as you probably know, this is TechBug channel, and I usually talk about technology, online entrepreneurship, startups, and also immigration path. And as this is something that is related to me as well, and I'm about to launch my startup, so that's why I try to research as much as possible to see what kind of startup visas are available across the world. And that's why I just record my screen and share with you whatever I learn at the same time. I don't have any idea, but I'm going to dive right in and know and also share it with you. So, for your information, I have a playlist here, which is a startup visa across the world. So far, I have covered UK, Portugal, Ireland, Italy, and Chile. And I'm going to extend this list to make sure that we can analyze most of the places that provide a startup visa or something similar. So if you are interested, you can have a look on other videos to know more about other countries. And usually I mean I would say always I cover these kind of videos from their government website and valid sources rather than just researching from everywhere. Or I can use like AI chatbots like Gemini, but the thing is, it might show some wrong information to us or something that is already expired. That's why it's better to mainly focus on the government website, and then we can use like this kind of chatbots or other sort of websites to get like supplemental information. Right. So I searched for the name of the country to make sure that I pronounce properly. So I found this feature. It's very interesting. Like Belgium. I'm not sure if you can hear that or not, but I would say Belgium. It sounds like Belgium, and you can see the yeah, and it also has a slow feature. Belgium. Very interesting. So anyway, so let's start the video. Belgium startup visa. I usually search like that to get initial information. So it seems this visa allows non-EU nationals to start and operate a business in Belgium. It's obtained through a professional card which acts as a work permit for self-employed individuals. So let's go to the first link. Europa EU. I guess this is the official website. Right. So there's an article which is from 1st of April 2025. It's like for roughly 4 months ago. And it's about self-employed worker in Belgium. Are you a non-EU citizen wishing to work as a self-employed worker in Belgium? You can find information below. Conditions. You can exercise a self-employed activity in Belgium if you comply with the regulatory obligations and if you can demonstrate the importance of your activity for the region in terms of economic value, for instance, job creation, useful investments, innovation, character, social or cultural value. If you fulfill the conditions, you will be issued a long stay visa type D. So the type of the visa that they probably have is D, a professional card and a residence permit. Certain categories of foreign nationals are exempted from the requirement to hold a professional card. So let's see how is the procedures. You need to apply for an authorization to exercise a self-employed activity to the Belgian diplomatic or consular post. Let's open that of your place of residence. You should submit a number of documents, including proof of payment of administration fee. The diplomatic or consular post will send your application to the Department of Economic Migration of the region where you intend to operate. Visa D. To obtain a Visa D to travel to Belgium, you need to submit an application containing all required documents. So these are very basic documents required. To apply for authorization as a self-employed, you need to provide this kind of documents. The completed and signed application form, but there isn't any link here. Documentary evidence related to your professional activity. Proof of payment, like 140 euros for administrative fee. The completed and signed visa application form. Passport, it's like criminal record, a standard medical certificate, proof of payment of the administrative fee. Registration. After you arrive in Belgium, you need to register at the place of residence within 8 working days. To obtain your professional card, you need to register and pay 90 euros. So these are the things that doesn't matter much. I mean, I need more information before arriving there. So Belgium.be should be official information and services. Foreign nationals who want to be self-employed in Belgium must hold a professional card and follow various steps to exercise their profession. The regions are authorized for this. If you want to work in, so let's see what is on the homepage of the website. So this should be the official website for the Belgium government. Right, so let's see. Housing economy. Yeah, let's go to the work section. Coming to work in Belgium. It should be under self-employment. So self-employment, this is a page that we used to check. So if you want to work in this kind of city, Brussels and other ones, there are some information available on these websites. So oops. It's Dutch. This page didn't. Oops. I don't know what is this website. So the government website redirected us to 3 websites. So this is the first one, Flanders. I don't know how to pronounce Vlaanderen.be. Okay, so the link was broken actually, this link. And we need to check what are the information that they provide here. So this is the homepage of that website. Probably economic and entrepreneurship. Maybe international entrepreneurship. Oh man, why it's not English? International entrepreneurship. Import and export. Grants for international entrepreneurship. I don't like the website so far. Okay, let's open another link. We also have problem to open this. Okay, Brussels. We developed the sustainable economy and employment in the Brussels capital region. So, which support are you entitled to? Which steps to follow to get started, and how to apply for a work permit? Okay, from the top menu, we can probably find the proper one, setting up a company. The Brussels capital region makes entrepreneurship easy. Starting your entrepreneurial adventure in Brussels is now easier and more achievable thanks to recent simplifications. The first thing to do is obtain your company number from an approved enterprise counter, demonstrate your professional skills, re- request your specific permits, receive grants. Are you a non European national? Apply for a professional card. So, non European nationals need a professional card to be self employed in Belgium. Professional card for non European nationals. Would you like to work as a self employed professional in the Brussels capital region? Would you like to set up your business as a natural person or as the agent of a company association? You are not a Belgian national. You are not a national European member. If the answer to all of these questions is yes, as a rule, you need a professional card to register with the enterprise bank. You will then be allowed to exercise activities in all of Belgium. Who is exempt from this requirement? Nationals of the European Economic Area and Switzerland, and also certain categories of foreign nationals are also exempt from requirement of professional card due to the nature of their activity, their residency status, or in accordance with international treaties. Foreign nationals holding a valid identity card for foreign nationals or a valid permanent CIR, provided that they settle with family member of nationals of the European Economic Area, like a spouse or relatives, refugees recognized by the Belgian authorities, partners who assist or replace their husband or wives, and more. Journalists, sportsmen, foreign artists. Okay, what conditions need to be fulfilled in order to obtain a professional card? You must hold the right of residence. If you don't, you must apply for the right at the diplomatic. At the same time, you apply for your professional card. You must comply with the regulatory obligations and especially those relating to the activity. Your project must benefit the Brussels capital region. If your project, your project, yeah, your project must concern a supply of goods or services that is not currently abundant in Brussels. It must contribute to one or more of the following economy and development aspects: the improvement of existing sales channel, operation of improvement for company or public or private organizations, innovation in the design and distribution of goods and services, or in specific research, the sustainable creation of salary jobs, the cultural offerings or cultural promotions, improvement of knowledge and promotion of sustainable development in its social, economic, and environmental dimensions, or fundamental rights. The contribution to the attractiveness of Brussels capital region. If you are joining an existing company, it's a bit different. If the application concerns joining an existing company, they need to verify the above mentioned conditions, and on top of those, the company's financial situation, the applicant's contribution to improving the functioning of the company, and this kind of stuff. How to apply for a professional card? for the first time. Application should be made at the Belgian consular or diplomatic representation in your country of residence, so embassy, at a recognized enterprise counter of your choice if you have a valid Model A registration certificate. Documents to be provided. And if you live abroad, the form should be in French or in Dutch. So these are different links that are available. I wonder if there is any English link. If you live in Belgium and have a valid Model A registration certificate, for another form in French and Dutch. Yeah. So these are two types of links that are available here, and both of them are non-English. So I don't like that, to be honest. And extract from the criminal record. Copy of your identity card, two identity photos, your business plan or a summary. The transmitted document must comprise a maximum of 20 pages. Any other document you consider useful for the examination of your dossier. Okay, cost. A professional card costs 140 euros at the moment you submit your application, and 90 euro when the enterprise counter issues the card. So total 230 euros. Are there any other conditions that you need to fulfill before carrying out independent professional activity? If you are self-employed, you must go to enterprise counter once you have received your professional card. So these are very bureaucratic stuff. If you live abroad, form in French and Dutch. Yeah. So far, I haven't found the information regarding a startup. There is another website that the government mentioned. Let me search if there is any startup term on government website. Belgium offers a self-employed visa, which is essentially a startup visa for non-EU nationals. It allows the individual to legally reside and operate their own business in Belgium. Are you a non-entrepreneur, non-EU entrepreneur looking to start a... Okay, it's the same information that we found on the website. The professional card is the cornerstone of the Belgium self-employed visa issued by regional authorities. So as far as I see, there are three regions: Brussels, Flanders, and Wallonia, which they serve a proof of permission to operate a business or engage in self-employed activities. Key aspect of the professional card is specific to applicant stated business activity. It is granted for an initial period, often 1 to 5 years, and is renewable. It ensures compliance with Belgian labor laws for self-employed individuals. Type of eligible applicants. Suitable for a wide range of professionals, including freelancers, as small business owners, consultants, innovators, and creatives. So, factors, key eligibility factor, detailed business plan, relevant professional qualifications, economic contribution to Belgium, and document, passport, business plan, financial means, evidence of sufficient funds to support yourself and your business operation in Belgium. I haven't seen anywhere to mention as a minimum investment requirement. Application process, step by step, submit application to embassy, review assessments by regional authorities, those three regions, issue the professional card, register for resident permit upon arrival. Approximate timeline for each step: 4 to 8 weeks initial application submission, 6 to 12 weeks assessment by regional authorities, issue of the professional card 2 to 4 weeks, and 2 to 3 weeks for residence permit. So overall, based on this document, is 8 plus 12, 24. It's like 2 year, no, 12 weeks, 24 weeks, around 23 weeks. So it should be less than 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, so let's check the third website as well to see if we can find additional information. This is another regions, Wallonie. Yeah, Wallon region. So I chose English as a website language, but still in some sections it shows me another language. I don't know, it's French or it's Dutch. Okay, it's the same information. They just talked about the very basic, that you need to have business plan and you need to apply for from the embassy. You need to pay this amount of money, 140 plus 90 euros, and have basic information, basic documents, and provide. They didn't mention a specific amount of fund that you need to provide, but you need to probably let's search. Usually they have an index like Belgium living index. Belgium has a high cost of living, especially major cities. Living index number. I remember there was index for Spain and Portugal, but I'm not sure for this. Investment requirements for Belgium startup self-employed visa. To obtain Belgium startup self-employed visa, there isn't a fixed minimum investment amount. So they didn't mention, as I told you, and this is just another proof to demonstrate sufficient financial resources and a viable business plan that proved economic benefits for Belgium. This includes having enough capital to cover living expenses and business operation, typically between 25 to 50,000 euros. So they didn't mention, but probably they expect you to definitely uh, expect you to provide the amount of money for yourself, and if you have a partner or family, you need to think about them as well, plus the business operation costs. So probably from 25,000 to 50,000 euros for most freelance and SME activities, and demonstrating the ability to sustain yourself with around 1,500 and 2,000 per month. Yeah, something like that. Um, yeah, so that was all about Belgium startup visa, which when they don't have a specific visa for a startup, I'm not willing to apply for that usually because probably they don't have enough infrastructure for startups. They just have the traditional business visa for entrepreneurs. And because most of the companies now are a bit technology based, so they are also open to receive startup applications, but they are not very focused on this kind of projects. So I prefer countries that specifically and exclusively mention a startup or innovator founder visa, and that wasn't my cup of tea, I'm afraid. So yeah, that's all from this video about self-employment and Belgium startup visa. Hopefully you have liked it. I didn't like the situation, but it's still worth to check. Subscribe to the channel, please, for more information. I try to research more countries and other technology related stuff.